Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishna. Here, basically, we are discussing another topic that is city creation. City creation, basically, we are discussing about the another topic that is SBI Group. That is the India account. In India account, basically, we are discussing SBI Group, Amazon Group, and after 2 days, basically, the earthquake is going to come. That topic actually we are discussing. So, one of the person told that here we are discussing that 1 lakh project basically which is ongoing in Mumbai. That data basically are coming from Lava data, and they are telling that Sunilar Nair basically generation has ended. Now assume that basically we will take few scenarios. Assume that Sunilar Nair basically generation really basically some first marriage group basically ended through Nasbandi, and in this Mumbai group basically supported that. That basically the Indian nationality. So Indian nationality told that basically we have finished Sunilar Nair's next generation. So now basically what are the things going to happen? Basically? Anything is going to happen. According to government, basically what are the things going to happen? Government will say that basically we basically creates lesson. That is our task. So they told that basically we have used lots of people in creation of lesson. In really basically my generation has not ended. But here taking these few scenarios that assume really Sunila Nair basically Nasbandi was done by first marriage group basically. So in this first thing is going to happen what? Government basically will start creating lesson. They will say that basically we want to create the lesson. So in that basically they will spend crores of rupees basically. They will not spend basically money in Sunil or Nair next generation, but they will spend money in Sunil or Nair end generation basically. In the end generation basically, and they are to create the lesson basically, they spend crores of rupees basically. So they told that basically we have created lesson basically as a Sunil or Nair. See that person basically which is ongoing then. He was giving trouble to the Mumbai city. So we finished his next generation. Sorry, we finished him also and his next generation also basically. He basically we have given him AIDS disease and we have basically given him Nasbandi. So that is government basically. That is government basically. They always creates lesson, but nobody has created government as lesson basically. Now assume that basically government told that basically ये जो लड़का जा रहा है ना इसको हमने लेसन बना दिया है. अब कोई भी मतलब anybody is going to create problem to anyone, we just will say that basically, see basically that person basically was creating problem for same like you. We finished his next generation and basically we have done his marriage to HIV/AIDS girl also, and he is basically HIV positive. Just taking as an example, really basically my blood is good, but taking the example basically that if Mumbai takes the decision, that means Indian nationality in this world basically are taking the decision. So how many Indian nationality are there? That everybody knows. That so one of the percent anything is going to affect to across the world, that is the Indian nationality. Anything is going to affect to Indian nationality across the world. So here we are topping that topic only. That by chance assume that basically Sunilar Nair really the generation has ended by one group, whatever group basically might be. So is that group basically Nasbandi will happen? The group who planned this Sunil Nair generation end. So is it possible that their generation will end? There means you basically got basically what I want to say. Indian nationality generation. So one of the person was like, that is not possible here basically. Because Indian nationality are up to very sky group basically. Arya Bhatt is there. Like this basically many people basically are there. So do you think basically their generation will end? So here basically the possibilities are, because impossible basically nothing happens basically. Is it possible that the entire Indian nationality will end from this world? That is not possible. That will be chamatkar basically if this will happen basically. So here I have I taken what condition? Assume that Sunil R Nair generation ended. Mumbai basically ended Sunil R Nair generation and they created lava, and in that lava basically they told that basically we have done his Nasbandi, and that Nasbandi was done by first marriage group, and we have given him AIDS also. So from this basically we have ended his generation. That is written inside the lava data, which is in the one of the document, which is telling that basically we are creating the project management plan for the next generation. So that topic actually we are discussing. So what are the scenarios basically going to happen? So here basically we saw two scenarios. First, what is that first scenario? Government will create lesson. Government told that basically see that person basically who was actually creating lots of problem. So उसकी तो नसबंदी कर दी हमने, और उसको नसबंदी तक किया, उसकी एड्स लड़की से शादी भी करा दी. But really, basically, I don't have AIDS. I my Nasbandi has also run. So here, basically, we're taking the scenario. Basically, assume that basically, really this has happened. So now, what are the things? Second is entire nationality. Basically, that is the Indian nationality, because this was done in Mumbai. So entire Indian nationality is going to affect across the world, and if this chain will connect, then across the universe. Is this going to happen in future? If really basically Nasbandi and AIDS basically has happened. But practically, basically, if we see that is possible, because Indian nationality are very powerful. In America, basically, see Biden, Trump, they all have Indian nationality, Indian origin, basically. George Bush, basically, see, he's lots of people say that he is Gujarati, basically. His origin basically is from Gujarat. So, do you think basically any of the thing is going to happen to Indian nationality across the world? That possible is not there, basically. Lots of people say that Johnson, basically Boris Johnson, he's from UP, and he's basically leading the Europe, basically. So, do you think basically anything is going to happen in Europe for Indian nationality? Practically, that is not possible. Why? Because full power is given to UK president. Whatever they say, that is going to happen. That is going to happen. So, do you think basically the Indian nationality will get end from Europe? Practically, that is not possible. He is going to run from Europe, Boris Johnson. I don't think basically he will run from Europe. So, practically, that is not possible that in Europe also Indian nationality will get end. Now about UAE basically. Do you think basically in UAE basically Indian nationality will get end? Not possible. Why? Because UAE was created by India only in 1983. Sorry, 1953 basically. So entire things basically which are created, the oil, the petrol industry, each and every industry, that is created by India only basically. So do you think basically that is going to end? There basically Indian nationality will end. That is also not possible. So big three country basically says that basically we are not going to end Indian nationality. And these three Indian national, this big country are controlling rest of countries basically. South Africa is controlled by UAE. Italy is controlled by Europe. Then African countries are controlled by UAE. Asian countries are basically controlled by USA and India. So big countries basically control are with India. So practically that is not possible that Indian nationality will get end from this world. So that scenario also failed. Now third scenario. Assume that basically in lava basically the Mumbai group basically is telling that basically we have finished Sunil Nair and we have dumped the data inside Mumbai land. So is this basically any magic is going to happen in the sea water? That basically sea water will attract that lava data and convert that lava data into water, and entire Mumbai land will go underwater just within 1 second. Is that possible basically? That is not possible. Why? Because the sea water contains that type of water only, which is not going to damage the lava. Because sea water basically can't enter can't enter basically the entire city. Why it is not entering basically? Because lava data basically are observing that water basically, and lots of processes happening under the ground basically. So practically, that is not possible. That sea water will attract the lava which is getting created, and which the lava is already created. That is a 1 lakh project basically who are taking the data from there. So practically, that is not possible. Then one person told that the power company in Mumbai basically, there are many power companies in Mumbai. They are also basically taking data from land basically, because each and every data basically of power are getting are basically created from land only basically, are getting created from land only. So practically that is possible basically, that some power company basically do some mistake and entire Mumbai land will become powder. That is not possible. Why? Because satellites are controlling that land basically. And in satellite basically Indian nationality are there, they are still there basically. As if that somebody basically watched that video, in this video also, and they told that basically yes, Sunil Arnar basically is telling correct, but he's really the generation basically has ended. That also we need to check basically. Whatever things basically he's telling, that all are right also. So that basically need to check basically. Really, the Mumbai group basically has ended his Sunil Arnar next generation or not basically, and he basically given aids or not. Basically. So after this video basically, the set of groups that are the satellite groups and the group basically who really know that basically whatever things basically Sunil Nair is telling them basically, that all are correct. By chance one of the point will become correct, then what will happen basically? Then what are the things going to happen? If any of the point will become correct, then what is going to happen? So they told that basically we will not take that chance basically. So we will check Sunila Nair next generation again basically, whether really the data basically which has entered by the lava groups, that is really correct or not. So they basically started taking that lava data from satellites, that is basically the energies which is going to activate, because satellite group basically don't know what is my date of death, what is my date of death, that basically they basically don't know. So they basically can't check that this lava only basically we have to check, that lava data only we have to check. That is not possible. Why? So they have to take the current lava which is ongoing, which is giving the supply to the 1 lakh power 1 lakh projects. And by chance if Sunil basically gets few more age basically, assume basically they basically takes each and every scenario, assume that basically today only Sunil Nair died, in that basically 1 lakh power company 1 lakh projects basically are going to ongoing, in that lava basically they will take. Then basically after 1 lakh projects basically which project will be ongoing, that data they are going to take. So each and every data they will take and they will check basically really the Sunil Arna basically generation has ended by Indian nationality or what. Indian nationality has really ended the Sunil Arna generation or not basically. They will start checking basically the stuff. So they started checking the stuff. So this is another scenario that they started checking, because one of the person told that if really basically one of this condition will get satisfied according to the Sunil Nair basically, it will create lots of big problem. Basically, we have to wind up the entire Earth planet only basically due to Mumbai city. So they basically started tracking basically where is Mumbai land basically. Sunil Arnar basically every time telling Mumbai, 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 Mumbai. So where is that Mumbai land? So they basically started tracking from satellite basically because they don't know that this is Mumbai, this is India, this is South China, this is South Africa, this is Europe. They basically don't know. They only know that this is the land basically, and this land basically they have given name as a tectonic plates, whatever plate, or basically you can say they might have given the name as a lava name also. Why? Because each and every lava data which gets creates after that basically it is getting activated from satellite groups only. So they checked Mumbai land area basically. They don't know what is Mumbai basically. But here basically how they are going to track that Sunil Nair basically is telling Mumbai that Mumbai exists here basically. How they are going to check basically? That is question na basically because they don't know. Universe Group basically don't know that this is Mumbai. They only know the land purpose. So how they will be going to track basically? That is very dangerous thing basically. How they are going to? They will track that basically up to where place basically Sunil Nair has visited because they are not going to check the individual cities basically, and they have the data of entire Sunil Nair generation from birth till today, and till today means what is the time? 14th May 2024 and time is 10:32. Till 10:33 the data basically they are going to check where Sunil Nair basically visited. According to that basically they are going to take the land data and there basically they are going to check each and every step basically. Because they don't know where is Mumbai, where is Bangalore, where is Vadodara, where is Gujarat, where is Surat, where is Ahmedabad. They basically don't know. They only know land and Sunila Nair as energy. So they basically checked it basically. They basically checked it basically. Really basically Sunila Nair generation has ended or by the Mumbai, sorry, by Indian nationality or not basically. Really basically Sunila Nair generation is ended by Indian nationality or not basically. Because here I am taking the entire Indian nationality. Why? Because Mumbai is the heart of India and in India basically Mumbai is connected with India and whatever happens in Mumbai that basically happens in across the world. Sorry, across the world also you can say. Wherever basically Indian nationality exists. So anything is going to happen to Indian nationality across the world. Practically that is not possible. Why? Because European president basically is still there basically. Practically see basically where is he? He is from Uttar Pradesh. Where he is he basically see? Practically see basically where he is. So do you think basically from Europe Indian nationality will get in? That is not possible. Why? Because top controls basically are from with basically from Indian group basically. Johnson basically is from India basically. Boris Johnson basically. Lots of people says that he is from Uttar Pradesh. Whether it's correct basically that I don't know. But its kahani basically says like that only. His kahani says that basically he is from Uttar Pradesh. But lots of people says that yeah, if he is basically got this many big posts basically, so he might have died from India. He might have died long before in India because tracker group basically will track up to the level basically. That person basically is in India and he basically suddenly basically disappeared where basically. System creator basically know everything. So they told that basically you die in India, we will shift you basically in Europe with new data structure. That is basically the new body structure, everything. Or basically possibilities that basically he still exists in India and he basically visits India basically. So here basically the scenario this failed basically that from Europe Indian nationality will get and here basically I had taken the example that Sunilar Nair really basically generation has ended, and Sunilar Nair basically Nasbandi was done by the government, by the BJP government. BJP means by default Congress basically. Everybody knows that is BJP and Congress both are one. That basically everybody knows basically, yeah, basically. So here basically that is thing basically clear. So second scenario also basically failed. Third scenario, satellite group basically. They checked basically from lava data basically. They basically don't. So wherever Sunil Nair basically, so they basically have till now data of Sunil Nair that is basically in the form of energy. They basically track that where this person basically has gone. So they basically fetch the data of land basically from my body part, my body energy, and he told that basically from this place basically he actually visited this place, that place, this place, those place, this whole place basically he visited. So you can just imagine basically how lots of people say यार really मतलब ये सब सही है क्या whatever things basically Sunil Narnair study that 1 lakh project basically which is ongoing in each software company, that data basically are taken, that power data basically is coming from lava group basically, that is the from underground. Then you check na basically whether it is really basically this video basically is telling correct or not basically. You check it basically if you can check. One of the person basically literally he basically got very serious basically. Yes, सही में मतलब सुनील लार whatever things basically is telling that is correct or not basically. His really basically generation basically some Mumbai group basically has ended or not basically. Sorry, not Mumbai. Indian nationality has ended or not basically. So they basically got very serious basically. So in next video basically we are going to see next part of this basically.